So major and minor repair of vehicle bodies. We'll go ahead with the content now. So again, minor damage for vehicle repairs can also be done using hammers and dollies. So we had earlier seen how to carry out repairs using slide hammer and washers. So now we are going to see minor damage vehicle repairs using hammers and dollies. So we'll also study what are these equipments. Again, the procedure for determining your or even repairing the vehicle in case of minor damage using hammers and dollies is first to determine what is the extent of damage. So that is the first step in every repair that you're going to do. After you are done with that, you're going to remove the foreign substance from the back side of the panel. So these, again, like I told you in the last session, these foreign substances can be dirt or even some of the vehicle interior parts which can be stuck to the panel in case of an accident or damage to the panel. Then you have got selection of hammer, dolly, spoon. So based upon what is the extent of this damage and what is the area for the damage, you need to decide what hammer, dolly, spoon you are going to be using. After that, we'll do rough finishing by using a body puller. And once you are done with that, you're going to remove dents and bulges and finally repair it again with a hammer dolly. Okay, so these are the steps which are involved. Again, you need to understand that these repairs, they do not involve any painting. Okay, so this is only for taking out the or repairing the entire thing. After this, again, you need to take that panel for spray painting or maybe some type of painting process which is going to be there only for a short area or a small area. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to stop or take a pause here for some time so that you guys can even go through all these different procedures, and I'll be explaining this particular process diagram. Starting from the left, you start with determining the extent of damage that you have. Second step, you remove all the foreign substances from the rear end or back side of the panel. So yeah, mud, undercoating, etc. Then there are two different ways you can do that. You either select a hammer and dolly that is going to fit your contour of the body, and then you can also select or begin the repair with a body puller if necessary. So once you have selected the hammer and dolly set according to what is the damage and what is the contour of your panel or body that you want to repair, we are going to repair again that with body puller and go to smoothing operation. So either if you can do it using only hammer or dolly, you can directly go to smoothing operation. If that is not possible, you also use a body puller and then go to the smoothing operation. Again, from smoothing operation, there are two ways you can do that. First is you go for surface repairs. So mostly, again, like we need to understand that this is being done for metallic panels. Okay, so you do some surface repairs. Otherwise, you can also do body line repairs, and then from surface repairs, you go to shrinking the panel. So in case shrinking of your panel is necessary to repair the damage or denting that has happened to your vehicle body panel, then you're going to use that process. If it is not necessary, directly you go for checking small dents and bulges with a file. So the filing operation that you have done in your first year workshop, so the same operation is done, but maybe the type of file which is used here is more suitable for these operations. Okay, so generally what you do in case of filing in your workshops is that you're going to file a lot of material, but here that won't be required. So maybe you might be using files with teeth which are not very sharp and deep, right? So if you're going to use a file with very sharp and deep teeth, it is going to be again removing some material from that particular surface panel. So that is something that you don't want. And obviously, once you are done with that, something that I told you earlier, you go to application of anti-rust treatment. So this anti-rust treatment is nothing but your painting that you're going to be doing. So I hope the entire process is clear to you. If there are any doubts, you can ask me. Right. So going ahead. Now this is the hammer and dolly that you need to select as per your. So you can see that dolly is going to be a support that you have on which you're going to keep the panel which is damaged. So this particular deformation that you see in the panel, that is the damage or repair that you're going to do. So by using this hammer, you first place a dolly on the ground or the surface on which you're going to work. After that, you place the panel which is dented and you want to repair. And then by using hammer, you're going to hit the dented panel and take it back to its original position. Okay. Now what is important is you need to select the correct dolly. So there are different types of dollies which are available. So on the right hand side, you can see these dollies. So as per the shape of the panel that has to be repaired, you're going to select either one of these dollies, right? And then once you're selected, you're going to put it on the ground, put your surface or deformed panel, vehicle body panel on that particular dolly and hit it using a hammer. Again, the hammer that is being used in this case is not your regular iron or solid iron hammer. Okay, so this particularly hammer is going to be maybe made up of some plastic, right, or some soft material, softer than metal, but again not flexible. Okay, so it will be a rigid material, but slightly softer than a metallic hammer. Okay, so plastic hammers or even wooden hammers sometimes are good for these applications, right? So this is the entire set. Again, you can see that instead of iron or cast iron or those parts, you can also use aluminum. Okay, so the hammers or dollies that you see in this particular case, they are mostly made up of aluminum. Again, because it will be rigid enough, but at the same time, it is not very sturdy, so that the panels will be damaged. So while performing all these operations, what has to be taken care is that you do not damage any of these parts. Okay? So something that needs to be taken care, because if these hammers and dollies they are deformed, there is no other way but you need to replace them. So that's the care that has to be taken by, let us say, an operator who is going to be performing these operations. So again, if you're going to be doing the same repair using a spoon, so instead of dollies, now what you see to support the panel is that it is going to be a spoon. So again, these spoons that you see, they are of different shapes, right? So you need to decide which spoon you're going to use. Again, these spoons are shown here on the right hand side. So what spoon you're going to use as per the panel that you have to repair, that has to be decided by the operator. And again, in some cases, you might also have a spoon which is being supported by some other part, which can be a dolly. Okay, so this is the panel that you want to straighten out, vehicle body panel, and this is the spoon. Then once you know what part is damaged, you're going to hit it with a hammer. So again, the entire or both the spoon as well as this component, body panel component, they might both go and hit this particular support. This support is required because you need some reaction, opposite reaction from the support. So there are different types of spoons which are available, and based upon which particular profile suits best the type of, or let us say, the panel that you are trying to modify or change its shape, that is going to be useful for you. So again, obviously, you need some experience in selecting what type of dolly or spoon, and even hammer needs to be chosen for, I would say, deforming the panel. But in this case, you're going to deform it in such a way that it regains its original shape. Okay. So again, you can see that in case of rough finishing, you might use a dolly and a hammer, and it might be a very huge deformation. So what you see here in the dashed line is the original shape of the panel. And here you can see that it has been deformed to such a great extent that there is a huge gap between the original profile and the changed profile. So again, obviously, in this case, the amount of force which is required is going to be very huge, correct? Because there is a huge deformation. So the operator not only needs to choose or select the perfect hammer and dolly for his application, but he also needs to make sure that the amount of force which is being put up by the hammer on the surface of your metallic uh, vehicle body panel, it is in the correct amount. Otherwise, what is going to happen? You go on hitting this panel towards right, and at one point it might go away from your original shape, and it might also go out. So instead of an inside bulge, it would be an outside bulge. So the profile will be something like this. So that has to be avoided, right? Then how do you select? So different ways that you can select. So here you can see that if you're trying to hit the panel which is curved, okay, so you can see that the shape is curved, but the profile of your hammer is flat. So this is not correct. Okay, so in that case, you need to find out a hammer which is going to be in this shape, right? So here you can see that because both the profile of your hammer and the panel, they are matching. So in that case, it is the correct hammer to be used. Similarly, in case of dolly, the orientation of the dolly that you're going to be using while you place it or while you panel above it is going to define how the repairs are going to be. So that's the reason why you have to make sure that it is done in the correct way. Right? So you can see that you turn this dolly 180 degrees and then it matches the profile of your component body panel that you're trying to repair. So apart from this, you can also use a chisel. So chisel is something that you're going to be putting up on the vehicle body panel, and then using a hammer, you're going to hit the chisel. Okay, so the force, what happens here is that because you have got a greater or larger contact surface area, then whatever force is being applied by the hammer at one single point, that is uniformly distributed at the contact surface area. Right? So again, you can also orient the dolly in such a way that you're only using part of it, and that is the support from the other end or one end, and from another end you're going to use your hammer and hit the panel that you want to deform. So this is all plastic deformation which is happening, and there is not, or there is no hitting of the panel that is going to be done, right? So next part is minor damage of vehicle repairs. Whenever you want to use some filler material, body fillers and putties, so you start with selection of filler or putty, remove the paint, remove the paint from film or the panel surface. So whatever paint has been damaged and it is still there on your deformed or damaged panel, you need to remove that paint. Again, that is because it makes it easier for the damage to be carried out. And again, at the end of your repair procedure, by default, you are going to have some anti-corrosion treatment. So that means that you are going to be putting up paint on that panel. Otherwise, there are two conditions that might happen. First is obviously that the aesthetics of your vehicle are going to go for a toss. So nobody would like to have such discolored or disfigured body panels, right? And then because you don't apply any anti-corrosion treatment, if you leave it without any paint or any anti-corrosion treatment, in case of water hitting that particular panel, it is going to result in corrosion of that panel over a period of time. And then finally, you might have to even replace that panel. So it's always better to carry out whatever procedure is there as per the standard repair of the vehicles, and don't or avoid bargaining the price or lowering the price of the repairs, right? Otherwise, the life of your vehicle is going to be seriously lowered, okay, or quite extensively lowered. And then after that, you clean the surface, you mix the filler or putty along with the hardener. Number 5 is the filler or putty is then applied to the vehicle body panel. After that, you wait for the filler to dry off, because in the wet condition, if you're going to be doing some more deformations, the filler might not hold on to the surface, right? That's why it is good to maybe wait for it to dry. Obviously, in some cases, you might also use some additional measures to cut cut short this waiting period. So you might have a dryer or a hot air blower on this particular panel, which can enhance or speed up the entire process of drying. Right. Then you have got rough finishing of wax type filler with surface tool, and finally you use sand or filler sanding and forming operation to have the final finish. So this is how it is going to look like. You can see that in this particular panel which is damaged, you have some filler material, intermediate filler, that is shown over here. After that you have a poly putty, and then you have got the primer surfacer. So if you remember the painting process that we have seen earlier, in that painting process also there is a primer coat that you're going to be applying on your body panel. So this is that primer surfacer, and over that you will have the intermediate coat and finally the final coat, or the base coat and a final coat. So you can see that old bake drying type two-part reaction paint film is applied on this particular panel. So procedure is quite clear written here. You fill up the surface with intermediate fillers only. Then instead of putty, lacquer putty, you press poly putty lightly on the top of it, filling and removing any marks or pores. So once you apply this poly putty, then you can go ahead for the painting process. Similarly, on the sketch that you have in the lower part, you can see that instead of a poly putty that was used earlier, this one, they have used a lacquer type of putty, right? So, okay, I'll go ahead. Now, the process that is involved, like what we saw for the earlier vehicle minor repair process, you got a process in this case also. So again, you start with cleaning or removal of old paint film from the panel. Then you go for cleansing and degreasing. So in case there are any foreign materials, so or even if there is some oil which has been, let us say, stuck to the panel that you're going to work on, so in that case you need to go for degreasing. So you remove any oily layer that you have on the top of that panel, and then you go for applying putty and hardener. Okay. So once you are done with that, you're going to be using or applying a filler putty and let it dry for some time. So after it is half dried, you can have performing or applying or application of wax type filler. Otherwise, if you don't want to do this directly after half drying, you can go it for completely drying out the entire thing. So once it is completely dried out, you are going to apply or go for the sanding repair operation. Okay. So sanding is nothing but sort of like what you do with your sandpaper. If there is any excess material, using the sanding operation, you remove that excess material and make sure that the entire surface is at the same level, right? So finally, completion of the operation, then you go for painting. So that means once you're done till here, this is known as, let us say, a rough finish that you have seen earlier. So after rough finishing, you complete the operation and then finally send it for final finishing or painting of your vehicle body panel. So the steps which are involved in this particular process diagram, those are shown over here. So step number two is removal of the paint film from the panel surface. So this is, you can see that it's a double action sander. So you apply it on the hand operated tool, and using that sander, you're just going to rub it on this particular body panel. So you grind off the old paint film and take out edging or the area where putty has to be applied. So sort of you are preparing the surface for the putty to be applied. So here you can see that what happens. So paint layer that you have, it's around 20 mm thick or 0.79 inches thick, sorry, wide, not thick. And then you can see that the old paint film is removed at this particular area. And then you're going to be putting up filler to fill up this particular panel dent. And over that, again, painting process will continue. Right? You can see that this is the next step where putty is being applied. And then using a spatula, you can see that in this particular diagram it has been shown that this spatula is going to help you apply the putty uniformly. And then after it is done, it is also going to help you take out any excess putty that may be applied. Right? So this is how in the cross section the putty is going to look like once it is applied. So we are almost on the end of your presentation, which is the last part, which is major damage of vehicles and how do you repair these major damages. So the repair procedure is shown in the process diagram on the right, and I'm going to read it out. If it is not visible to you clearly, I'm going to read out all the different parts or processes that are involved. So you first start with a heavily damaged vehicle. So you get it in your repair room, and then you assess the damage. A common point in every repair procedure, the first point is always you assess what is the damage. After you have assessed the damage, you come up with an operation plan. So there has to be a plan of action that the repair personnel is going to follow. So why this plan of action is necessary is because once this plan is done, you can keep a check on what are the different actions that have been taken by the repair person and make sure that you reach the end as soon as possible. Otherwise, if there is no plan, the repair won't be correct or repair won't be, convincing enough for the consumer, as well as it will take a lot of time. So after you are done with planning of whatever operation has to be done or repair has to be done, you go for removal of any trim parts. So we have seen earlier what is the meaning of trim. So any external or internal or interior trims that you have, you first remove those trims, because during the repair procedure you want to make sure that whatever trims are there, they are safe. So obviously you don't want all these exterior and interior trims to be damaged, right, during the repair procedure. So that's the reason why, as a precautionary measure, you remove those trim parts. After that, you go for body aligning, and then under the body aligning, you have either a panel which has to be replaced or a panel which has to be repaired. So this is the decision that the operator has to take or repair person has to take. Either you replace the entire panel or you repair the panel. So obviously, if you're going to replace it entirely, it is going to be a very high cost which is involved. Okay, so then maybe if you have an insurance, the insurance company might bear some part of it, let us say 80 or 90%, and remaining you have to pay from your own pocket, right? So obviously, every time replacing is not an option that everybody has. Some people might also go for repairing. So you repair the panel, then go for anti-rust treatment. So again, anti-rust treatment involves a lot of different layers which are sprayed apart from the paint. So it's not only painting which is going to be anti-rust treatment. It is also going to involve applying of various coats, primer coat, base coat, and then you finally apply the final coat, or maybe some other solutions which are available in the market to reduce or slow down the amount of rusting that might happen over a period of time. And then after the anti-rust treatment, you might have a painting process. And then again, whatever trims or trim parts you have removed, that you need to install again. So installation of trim parts. And finally, you can say that the repair is completed once you are done with the final inspection. So inspection is an important part of this entire vehicle repair process. So be it a small or a minor damage or a major damage, until unless inspection is complete, it is not, let us say, it is not advisable for the vehicle manufacturing company or servicing company to hand it over to the consumer, because if the consumer finds it out that the repairs have not been good, he might maybe again come back for a free repair, and that might take a lot of time, right? That's why you need to be comfortable, or you need to be confirmed whatever repair has been done, it is good enough for the vehicle to be now driven. Okay, so this is how the entire process would look like. To define the extent of impact, diagnose what is the collision condition. So you start with this one, determine the condition of the collision, measure the dimension of each part of the body, and then maybe check out what can be done in this case. Okay, whatever repairs that can be done. So obviously, it is a very time-consuming process. In some cases, these repairs can long, very long, or stay back for a very long time.